Football fans will chant for 90 minutes straight, travel across countries, and tattoo club crests on their skin. But change that crest, even just a little, and all hell breaks loose. When Leeds United revealed their new logo in 2018, they thought they were modernizing. Instead, over 77,000 fans signed a petition in just 24 hours demanding it be scrapped. One fan even called it a disgrace to everything this club stands for. This wasn't an isolated meltdown. Everton, Juventus, Cardiff City, even Inter Milan, all faced outrage, mockery, and sometimes full-blown revolts. Why? Because a football badge isn't just a logo. It's identity, loyalty, and decades of emotion wrapped into one symbol. Today, we're diving deep into the evolution of Football League logos, from regal crests to startup-style icons. You'll discover how smartphones, social media, fashion collabs, and corporate branding turned sacred symbols into battlegrounds for fans. And by the end of this video, you might never look at your team's badge the same way again. Back in the late 1800s, when football clubs first formed in England and across Europe, badges weren't really a thing. Kits were plain, sometimes stripes, sometimes hoops, but they didn't carry a crest. Recognition came from color, not design. But as the sport matured, clubs began reaching for deeper symbols, specifically heraldry. Many early football badges were directly borrowed from town coats of arms. Arsenal adopted a cannon from its Woolwich roots. Chelsea featured a lion holding a staff. Aston Villa showcased a rampant lion taken from the Scottish royal coat. In Spain, royal influence added flair. Clubs like Real Madrid and Real Betis earned permission to include a royal crown, literally becoming realnish or royal clubs. That crest wasn't just decoration, it was status. In Germany, clubs often favored stark, bold initials. FC Bayern, BVB9. Simplicity and legibility took precedence over mythology. Italy, meanwhile, blended both, a mix of city symbolism and unique iconography. Think as Roma's Capitoline Wolf or Inter Milan's interlocked initials. These crests weren't built to sell, they were meant to represent. They were emblems of community, locality, and belonging, and they were perfect until the world changed. Fast forward to the late 20th century, and football exploded thanks to satellite TV, Champions League rebrands, global club tours, and merchandising. A club badge was no longer just for fans inside the stadium. It had to work on TV, on merchandise, and in countries that didn't speak the language. This is where clubs began to modernize their logos. Intricate crests, filled with Latin text and fussy heraldic detail, just didn't scale well on TV graphics or computer screens. Fonts became cleaner, shapes got simplified. Shadows, gradients, and borders were removed. Design needed to be practical and scalable, but it wasn't just about screens, it was about selling more. Sponsors needed clean integration. Jerseys had to look sharp, even from the nosebleed seats. Clubs were starting to see themselves less as community institutions and more as brands. And with that came a new priority: recognizability over history. In the 2010s, the smartphone revolution made branding more brutal. Logos had to look good in an app icon. They needed to be legible at 40 by 40 pixels. If a crest was too complex, it was doomed to invisibility in the digital age. The Premier League understood this when they ditched their older 3D lion crest in favor of a slicker silhouette. Manchester City flattened their crest but kept the red rose and ship. Inter, Milan, and Juventus went even bolder, embracing minimalist, modern marks that often ditched heritage elements entirely. The goal? Logos that look great on your phone, your fantasy football app, your Instagram story. The badge had to be sleek, strong, and instantly identifiable. Even in grayscale, a crest wasn't just a crest anymore. It was now a social media asset. Suddenly, football kits weren't just jerseys. They were fashion items. Collaborations like PSG x Jordan, Inter Milan x Nike, and Venezia's viral kits made football part of the streetwear conversation. You didn't need to support a club to wear its shirt, but with fashion-forward design came new demands. Logos had to look good on oversized hoodies, minimalist caps, and lifestyle drops. A fussy crest? Not cool. A clean, geometric emblem? That sells. Clubs began seeing alternate logos as key merchandise items. Juventus's 2017 J logo was widely mocked until it started appearing on wine bottles, premium jackets, and high-end accessories. The traditionalists hated it, but luxury buyers didn't care. Football's logo had entered the runway. But for every successful rebrand, there's a horror story. Ask Leeds United. In 2018, the club unveiled a new badge, a stylized figure doing the Leeds salute inside a shield. It looked like clip art. Fans absolutely hated it. Within hours, over 70,000 people had signed a petition to scrap it. Leeds backtracked immediately. Everton tried something similar in 2013, removing key elements like the club motto and iconic tower. Fan revolt was swift. The old badge returned within a year. These aren't just design disagreements. For fans, a badge carries emotional weight. It represents fathers, match days, heartbreaks, and memories. A logo change feels like rewriting history, and for some, it's unforgivable. Designers might call it evolution. Fans often call it betrayal. Some clubs have figured out how to walk the tightrope. Manchester City, when they updated their badge in 2016, ran a massive fan survey. The result? A simplified roundel that brought back historic elements like the red rose of Lancashire and a sailing ship, but rendered in clean modern lines. Tradition met usability. Tottenham Hotspur's iconic cockerel on a ball hasn't changed much in decades, but they've streamlined the illustration for digital use. Arsenal, too, leaned into sharp outlines and clearer geometry without ditching the canon. This hybrid approach respects the past but acknowledges the present. The badge remains familiar but usable in every format. Today, football doesn't just live in stadiums or on TV. It lives in games like FIFA, Football Manager, and eFootball. It lives in crypto wallets and NFT platforms, and logos now need to function across these realities. EA Sports needs club crests that pop in menus, work in low-res formats, and animate for goal celebrations. Clubs also release digital collectibles using badge variations, exclusive editions, retro styles, even limited drops for events. These logos aren't just symbols, they're products, and in some cases, assets. Imagine unlocking a rare alternate logo NFT that grants you first access to a new jersey or lets you vote on the next kit design. That's where we're headed. One reaction to all this brand-polished modernism? More fan control. Fulham FC once surveyed their base and found most fans couldn't recognize their badge. The result? A redesign led by supporter feedback. In South America, clubs like Corinthians ran full public votes on design elements. In Europe, ultras groups have even staged protests against unwanted badge updates. Design is now collaborative. Fans don't just watch, they shape. Clubs are realizing that inviting feedback isn't just smart branding, it's survival. Engaged fans defend logos. Excluded fans reject them. Some clubs have taken rebranding to a new level, making badges that are less about simplicity and more about storytelling. Inter Miami's logo, for example, is packed with meaning. Two herons reflect local wildlife. A pink and black palette nods to Miami's Art Deco roots. A circular layout symbolizes unity and symmetry. The badge is modern, yes, but also rich in narrative. AS Roma once controversially removed the SPQR reference from their badge, but later brought back historical cues due to fan pressure. Other clubs like New York City FC designed their logos to reflect city maps, subway routes, and iconic landmarks. These aren't just crests, they're cultural symbols. The future of football logos may not even be static. Already, we're seeing animated badges on TikTok, YouTube, and match broadcasts. Soon, your club's crest might pulse when you score, change color on match day, or evolve based on in-game performance. Artificial intelligence could generate thousands of badge variants in real time. Fans might select from multiple designs: home, away, retro, crypto exclusive. Customization will be king. That means one club could have 10 logos depending on context. For purists, that's sacrilege. For marketers, it's gold. So what is a football logo in 2025? It's not just a shield or a crest. It's an identity, a media tool, a merchandise trigger, a fashion statement, and a cultural ambassador. It lives online, in apps, in games, in closets, and in our memories. Some fans want tradition, others want innovation. The best logos manage both. They honor the past while embracing the present. They look good on a scarf and on an iPhone screen. Football is changing, and the badge changes with it. But as long as fans keep fighting for meaning, for story, for heart, then no matter how the logo looks, it will always represent something bigger. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more amazing football content.